What a time to be alive. Got 2 games on right up here above the little camera that I should be looking at. Already sweating cash game lineups tonight. About to talk about building cash lineups for tomorrow. Then going to turn around and build cash lineups tomorrow night. You just can't beat it. And then Sunday's NFL. What a fucking time to be alive. What a time to be alive. What's up, new guy? I'm the Degenerate 75. I'm a DFS content creator who is here to help you get a little bit better at the process. Yes, the word is process around here. If you want picks and plays, well, this ain't going to be the place for you. I bet there's other college football shows that do it, but I will warn you, they're probably boring as shit. So, if that sounds interesting, I encourage you to hang around for about the next 30 to 45 minutes. Toss your questions over here in the chat, and we will be doing some drawings, all right? If you find you like the cut of my jib, come check out that schedule. I am live 6 days a week. I do NFL 4 days a week, college football every Friday night, and golf every Wednesday night. So be looking for that, all right? Let's get going. Make sure to hit likes. Every 50 likes we get over here, we are going to be giving away a ticket that you can build with me tomorrow, which I believe has 50,000 up top. Would love to split that with you. So get in there. Simply, all you got to do is ask a question with a question mark. Don't ask more than 2 or you will be disqualified because that shit gets long to answer. And this is once again sponsored by me. #NotApoor. Let's get going. Contest selection, man. There's not a whole lot to say about contest selection. So here's what I'm going to tell you as always. Get in contests that are well structured and play more of your bankroll in cash. And if you really want me to take it even a step further, there is a mathematical edge to playing in double ups and 50-50s. When I say cash, that's what I mean. 50-50s, double up and heads to heads, right? There's a mathematical advantage to playing in those. First of all, if you play in a higher dollar amount, you pay less rake on those, right? Second of all, if you have marginal lineups, you can still win at head-to-heads. You can still win in small field 11-person double-ups, but you will never win in a large field double-up if you have a marginal lineup. I promise you, okay? So remember that. Whenever you are diversifying some of your money, put it into cash and get it into smaller double-ups and head-to-heads, all right? And if you don't know who to play head-to-head, just go play 5 randos and keep track of them and see if they build good lineups or see if they're fucking dipshits. And if they are, just play them every week. If they're going to post action, take it from them, okay? That's what I got for you. Other than that, the $4.20 max is a really good contest. The $1.20 max, there's plenty of good contests. They're never going to knock your dick off, but they're at least they're solid, right? The big $20 is, not my favorite as far as contest structure goes, but it is pretty good. It is pretty good, okay? So that would be my advice to you, okay? Sometimes I look at a slate and I say, this is a GPP slate. Sometimes I look at it and say, I don't want anything to do with GPPs on this slate, right? Well, when I don't want to do that, I just put more money towards cash. If there's not a bunch of great cash plays, I like to play more GPPs and maybe, mix and match some weird plays, right? Like, I could never play him at cash, but he'd be kind of fun to play at GPPs, right? Good example of that would be, was it Braylon Allen scoring a touchdown? Let's go. Sorry. You're going to be getting a lot of commentation. All right. So, I would never play Air Force's quarterback at cash, but I'd toss him in some GPPs, you motherfather. Oh, wait, I just gave away my cash lineup. That's still going on. But, of course, the one contest you should definitely be in is mine. Go get in a $5 3 max. If this doesn't fill, I will kick every one of you in the nutsack. And for all of you ladies, I will not kick you, but I will give you one dirty scowl, okay? So go get in that. It's in the link of this. We tweeted it out earlier. Go fucking get in it. I hate trying to stress about filling this thing every Saturday morning. It's only 250 people, reduced rate, flat payout structure. If you're not in it, you suck. All right, there. That's the long answer. You suck. And by the way, here's a shout out to our winners last week. 3 of the top 4 flying the flag. Look at my boy, B-Ball won Spurs. Oh shit, he took first and second. What a badass. And boat race, he did the double boat race with with first and second. Don't mess with that guy. You get the horns, you motherfather. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to the Rosetta Stone. But before we do, guys, I'm telling you, if you do not care about college football projections, college football ownership, and having an optimizer to build these filthy, disgusting lineups for you, you don't know what you're doing. You need them for cash. You need them for GPPs. And look, right here, see how it says Degenerate 75, and it has all my projections in there, all my ownership? Oh, yeah, and it's in an optimizer, so I can go optimize and see, well, what's the best version of this player pool? It helps me build. It's the first step in me building my cash lineup, right? And without this, you really are playing at a massive disadvantage. And I get it. You're a casual. You don't want to invest in an optimizer. It's too much money. They're hundreds of dollars a month. Well, this one, with all of my projections loaded into it, and the optimizer itself, you can get just college football by itself, $24.99, or you can get all their sports, because I also do projections for NFL and I also do them for PGA. You can get all the sports for $39.99. Pretty awesome deal. I encourage you to check it out. Just make sure you use that little showdown hoedown symbol. All right, we're going to get to the Rosetta Stone. We have a 14-game main slate tomorrow. Between the main slate on DraftKings, the early and the late slate on DraftKings, it makes up the entire one over on FanDuel. There's no weird games that are on FanDuel that aren't on the DraftKings slate. So the Rosetta Stone will be available for everybody. Oh, look, we got the little weather thing. Look, see, the Rosetta Stone, always improving, clear weather. All right, so with that, this is the non-colored up one. You want to see the pretty one? All right, well, too bad. That's over here, okay? That's for the people over on the website. You're on the YouTube. I'm a poor, so you will get the slapdick version of it, and you will be happy with it, you motherfather. All right, the first game up, FSU Clemson, a pretty nice competitive total, right? 55.5 points. Two teams that, traditionally I would think of as being more like defensive teams, but I don't think Clemson's the defensive juggernaut they used to be. And Jordan Travis, a quarterback, is legit, right? I don't think you can pay $9,400 for him and get him in a cash lineup, but he is totally GPP viable because Florida State just feels like a team that's going to score 38 points tomorrow, right? And if I'm trying to stack him, I just look right here. He has two guys. You can see I got targets and snaps over here. You can see Wilson and Coleman are the guys that are getting it the most. If you think this game shoots out, a double stack with Jordan Travis, not a fucking soul will have. And the best part is there's a very affordable run back right here with Will Shipley, right? Will Shipley is underpriced. I will warn you that Will Moffa has been taking more and more of that role from him, but Will Shipley is still in a competitive game going to get massive amount of touches. Even if he has to start catching passes because they're behind, he could still get there. If you force me to play a Clemson wide receiver, I think Bo Collins is the most logical one. He is on the field the most, and he is the second most in targets, with Antonio Williams being right behind him. This is a game stack that nobody will think of. I think you could play 4 or 5 guys from this game, and no one will be on that, and it could just sneaky shoot out. It could be 38-35, right? And this could be one of those games that nobody is considering because it does have some huge stars in it. But they're huge stars, and people, for whatever reason, perceive that this is going to be a defensive battle, but a 55.5 point total is not exactly low, Bob. All right, Virginia Tech, Marshall, you can see we have our status watch here, and basically the entire frickin' Virginia Tech team is on status watch. I don't know what to do with them. We're going to be sweating news, trying to get news out of this situation, but the long story short is I'm not lining up to fucking play very many Virginia Tech Hokies, okay? On the flip side of that, Marshall is not much better, although weirdly enough, Marshall is favored against Virginia Tech, which is super interesting. And I think that the only thing you can really trust from Marshall is Rasheen Ali, right? He's already been mega chalk once, but whenever you're getting 20 touches a game in a game script where you're likely to be ahead, that seems pretty appealing. But by and large, you just want to stay away from games like this, right? You don't want to get 2 or 3 guys in games like this. You literally are just punting your lineups. OU Cincinnati, I think people are very warm to this game. As you can see, I am a fucking Sooner fan, and I will just tell you that maybe I'm a little too close to the situation to see clearly, but I just have a sneaky feeling this is going to be more of a defensive struggle. I think that OU does have an explosive offense, and yeah, maybe they do go boat race them like they did Arkansas State and like they did Tulsa. But don't forget, against SMU, it was pretty sloggy until the fourth quarter. I believe they only had like 17 points until midway through the fourth. So don't think that OU is just automatically going to go in and just throttle it up against Cincinnati. The running back situation for OU is a mess. Dylan Gabriel is a stud, but they do love to bring in the 5-star freshman Jackson Arnold for fucking weird quarterback power packages, which makes no sense. And the wide receivers, there's like 7 of them rotating. Andrel Anthony's probably your safest bet for a home run, and Stoops and Farouk are probably your safest bet for floors. But man, it is tough to guess the Sooners right. On the flip side, Emory Jones, if OU has any history of struggling with somebody, it is rushing quarterbacks, right? And Emory Jones, the Florida transfer, I believe he's a Florida transfer, is definitely a running quarterback. If you wanted to get a really weird stack, maybe Emory Jones with Xavier Henderson, another Florida Gator, could be the weird stack that you're looking for, because maybe the OU's defense has been a little smoke and mirrors, and they're the same OU defense that they've always been, and they still suck. That is a possibility, right, Bob? Moving on from there, I think this is probably one of the 2 best games to target on the slate, this TCU-SMU game. I will warn you, TCU has been a team to target in multiple games this year, against Colorado, against Houston, and they weren't that great in either of them. But you just can't get off of Chandler Morris, who runs the ball, who passes the ball, whose team has a 35-point total, who is going to get pushed. There's a lot of stuff to like about TCU. Amani Bailey does seem he has taken over the running back role, but after that, it's a lot like OU. They just spread the ball around too damn much, and you're trying to guess who Chandler Morris is going to throw it to. If I'm playing him, I'm probably playing him naked in my cash lineup because he is not an easy dude to stack. You would think that Savion Williams would be the number one guy, but Savion Williams only getting 4 targets a game, so fuck that. On the flip side, SMU, I think they're a pretty solid team, and their offense is supposed to be good, but the one test they had this year was against OU. OU basically shut them down. I do think you can get this Preston Stone guy in a shootout-type game at super discounted ownership. I think that is a real possibility that could happen, and if you wanted to know, I think that the 2 guys that are most likely to have a big game at wide receiver are Bailey and Curley. But as you can see, they love to mix in a lot of receivers. None of their wide receivers are playing over 50% of the snaps. But regardless, if you can get the 3 or 4 pieces from this game and it goes off, it could be the slate breaker. Auburn and A&M, I mean, what are we going to do here? Auburn is just slow and methodical and wants to run the ball. I think A&M is going to be more than content playing that way. They're just going to lean on them and be ahead in this game. And if that's going to be the case, this is not a great fantasy environment, right? This is just not striking as a game that will ever get to that 42-38 type game, right? Especially with as slow as Auburn wants to play. On Auburn's side, if you want to tell me somebody to play, go ahead. I'm open for it. But literally, I don't know who you can play from. They have a 22-point total. They're on the road, and they're slow as shit, and they spread the ball around to everybody. So who do you play? I don't know. I don't know is the answer. On the flip side of that, you have Texas A&M, who has actually shown quite the pulse on offense this year. Connor Wegman is a viable option, but at $9,000 or $8,900, he's almost unplayable at that price. Evan Stewart is definitely their number one wide receiver, but he was held out. He did have a designation, probably precautionary from last week. But, some guys that have really been trending has been Aniyah Smith and Noah Thomas have been getting more and more involved. I think that they could be some sneaky plays. The running back situation is just a straight running back by committee, almost unplayable. If you want to try to guess the right one, you go ahead, but I'll just go play guys that I know are going to be on the field because a wise man once told me, you can't score points if you're not on the field. Sorry, I saw Nick's super chat. Money was on my mind. Rutgers, Michigan, just another icky, disgusting game that, why do you want to be a part of this? If you play anybody from Rutgers, I guess you're a fucking shaman and you can see the future. I left a couple guys on here just to be cute, but honestly, just don't play Rutgers, guys. There you go. People from New Jersey are not good at football. They're good at making the Sopranos. That's what they're good at. Michigan, this just has blowout potential all over it. Donovan Edwards, everybody's favorite GOAT from the end of last year, just seems almost unusable at this point, only averaging 12 touches a game. Even against Rutgers, 12 touches a game is not going to pay off a $6,600 price tag. Blake Corum is awesome, but at $8,300, when he's likely to not get to play the third and fourth quarter, also unplayable. If I'm going to play a Michigan guy, I'm probably going to punt with either Cornelius Johnson or Roman Wilson. Hope I get one of those random 3-touchdown games out of them that I did earlier this year, right? This one is a game, BC and Louisville is a game no one's going to be talking about. And I'm telling you, BC could sneaky push this, right? Constantine. Wait, no. Thomas, what was his name? Constellation. Thomas Constellation is running quarterback for BC, and he had a really good first outing. And this guy could be like the spark plug for their offense. Yes, they only have a 20.5 point total, but if he comes in, O'Keefe and Bond and old Constellation become a very, very affordable stack. And the best part is Louisville has really affordable pieces to run it back with. Plummer, Jordan, Thrash are all awesome options to run it back with them, right? So, let's see. I'm getting the maintain smooth streaming. YouTube is not receiving. We're going to do this again, editor. Get me a fucking new computer. Get me off of fucking OBS. So this game could sneaky shoot out. I'm telling you, if there's one game that's like 35-34 that nobody was expecting, this could be it, right? Miami and Temple. Look at Temple's little T down here. You can barely see it because nobody wants to fucking play Temple. So if Temple's going to be this bad, I think that the best answer is, we just go ahead and we just play none of this game, right? If you're going to play somebody, I think you play Miami. They do have 3 wide receivers who are definitely getting the lion's share of the work in Restrepo, Young, and George. I guess they're all playable, but trying to guess which one is going to have the big game is going to be hard. Maybe you play a little bit of all 3 of them, but they do have I believe they have the second largest total on this slate, right? Running backs are still a crime, and Tyler Van Dyke at $8,600, not in this lifetime, pal. From there, we have, I did not like OBS. There it is. Tweezy said, no OBS, editor. Get it the fucking figured out. BYU KU. By the way, if this is all the likes we're going to get, editor, we're going to start pre-recording this shit. Fuck this. This is too much work to keep my schedule around this. BYU KU, not enough people being here. I could record it. Fuck this. BYU KU. I think that this is another game that has sneaky shootout potential. Keaton Slovis at 5,700 is just underpriced, right? He is very, very viable. LJ Moore, he should have a status dependent, because if you don't know, Robbins is out and LJ Martin is the one that is going to soak up most of that usage. He is super interesting. If BYU is competitive in this game, I bet LJ Martin is having a very good game. On the flip side, no one wants to play Jalen Daniels in a game that his team could score 5 or 6 touchdowns. I don't get why. Devin Neal at 5,900 is just a crazy misprice for the amount of volume that he is going to get in a game where they're going to be shooting out. The biggest problem with Kansas is they actually have 4 pretty good receivers, and it's hard to pick one of them, right? So if you want to try to guess it right, you go on ahead, but it is not easy to pick the right one. All right, just seeing who's catching it. That's not Bell, so I don't give a shit. Texas Tech, West Virginia, another game that that could shoot out, right? This the whole Big 12 could shoot out, but I will tell you that both quarterbacks have a tricky situation. First of all, it appears as though Garrett Green's going to be out, so West Virginia's down their starting quarterback, and Nico Marichal is a guy that's going to be running the shit out of the ball. On the flip side, Texas Tech has said that Show is on a short lease, so I think you at least got to be considering Brennan Morton. You should not be playing him, but you have to consider that he might get a package or two or might get a couple drives, and if he does, that really cuts into Tyler Show, right? So be accounting for that whenever you're doing your shit. Oh, no, that hit Bell right in the hands. Fuck life. Oh, it wasn't the lights. You just suck, prick. Okay, moving on. Yeah, West Virginia's tough. If you're going to make me play somebody from West Virginia, I'm playing C.J. Donaldson Jr. I think he is the most appealing option here. He does seem that he is taking over that backfield to himself. If you think West Virginia can be competitive in this game, it will likely be on the back of their running game. From there, UCLA, Utah, this game just reeks of sloggy. Both of these teams are sneaky. Well, Utah's not sneaky good at defense. Everybody knows they're good at defense, but UCLA is sneaky good at defense. Yes, Cam Rising is going to be back, but there's a chance that he is going to be limited, and UCLA is a pretty conservative offense. This isn't the aggressive Chip Kelly that we've always come to expect. So this is a game where you maybe want to grab a piece. I would say Carson Steele, Sturdivant are all options, but by and large, I'm telling you, this game just reeks of shootout central. Oh, Concepcion catching a touchdown. That's not good. I guess Armstrong threw it to him. All right, Colorado, Oregon. Everybody's favorite game on this slate. I think people are failing to realize that Oregon is going to beat the living shit out of Colorado, and that people really want to believe in this Colorado thing, but Colorado ain't played guys like Oregon's got, okay? You've got to really be aware that you are paying a big premium for Shador, Weaver, and Horn, and yes, maybe they'll go be competitive. And yes, Travis Hunter is out, which probably means more usage for them. But what you can't forget is there's also a good chance they're going to get blown out, right? Dylan Edwards, he's going to maybe get more usage with McCaskill out, but it doesn't matter if these guys are all trailing by 24 points in the third quarter, right? So be careful. Oregon on the flip side, I think that they are going to get pushed into the fourth quarter because I think, they're going to want to blow Colorado out. So I think you don't even really have to worry about the blowout potential. They could win by 28, and Bo Nix could still be out there in the fourth quarter. Same with Troy Franklin. Same with Bucky Irving. Those are their big three. If you want a sneaky high upside guy, Gary Bryant Jr. has been getting a lot of run for them. Ole Miss and Bama, I think we need to start with Bama. Milroe is back at the quarterback. He is probably not going to be on a short lease. I think Nick Saban realized he screwed up. He is going to be the focal point of that offense. Roydell Williams has been taking over more and more of that lead back for Bama and taking it from Jace McClellan. And their wide receivers with Milroe at quarterback are almost unplayable because they're all priced up and he can barely throw a forward pass. On the flip side of that, Mississippi has a lot of issues, right? First of all, we still don't know the status of Prescorn, Franklin, or Trey Harris. If those guys are out, guys like Jordan Watkins and Dayton Wade become super values that you're probably going to want to have in there. Quinshon Judkins, I will stand by as the best running back in the country, but this is not a great matchup at Bama. And at 7,700, it's hard to get excited about him. Jackson Dart still always has Spencer Sanders, breathing down his neck, so there is a chance that he gets pulled for some special goal line packages. I'm always nervous about that, right? And lastly, Maryland and Michigan State. Michigan State's just a mess. All the shit with their coach being suspended. The one thing I could say is it does appear as though Berger might be out, so maybe Nate Carter gets a little extra usage, but 6,200 is not cheap. I think Himby is a guy that if Maryland ends up getting ahead in this game, Himby's the kind of guy that wins you a GPP by going for 30 points when literally nobody plays him, right? And he's done it before. He could do it again. So do not be afraid to go play Himby from this Maryland running game. All right, that's it. Let's get to some questions. Hey, we got to over 50 likes. Let's go. But before we do, go check out my site, Degen75.com, the fastest growing community out there. We have PGA, we have NFL, and of course, we have college football, DFS. You will never meet a bigger tryhard than me. Look at this collage. We're just getting going. Football is off to a great start. All of our winners, and we have the Rosetta Stone, which takes all the relevant information you need to know. It takes all of this convoluted college football talk and puts it in a way that makes sense. Encourage you to check it out. It's a good. And if you want to check it out and not be too committed, just simply go sign up for the newsletter. Let the editor know at the Degen editor on Twitter that you signed up. It will give you a free week on the site. All right, editor, draw me a name over here, and let's get to the drawing while I answer some questions, and then I'm getting the fuck out of here, and I'm going to go eat me a pizza because I'm feeling like a fat piece of shit. All right. Nick says, am I thinking Knicks and Oregon to be the highest owned on the slate tomorrow? Is there a way to eat chalk and still be different? Yes, absolutely. I think in college football, even in GPPs, you want to eat some chalk. It is important to eat chalk, right? The key is just don't make every single player chalky. Just have one or two pieces that are under 5%, and that will get you dramatically different. Why does Wisconsin hate Allen? Because they're fucking allergic to success. All right, ready? What we hope is a beautiful day of big days tomorrow. I think so. I think I'm feeling pretty optimistic about tomorrow. It's gonna be a good weekend for the good guys, Chris. Not sitting back this time. Mark gets it. Get in there. Let's go. Zach with a sneaky question mark. I see what you did there. How you feeling about the Sooners tomorrow? Chris, I got to tell you, season on the brink tomorrow, right? Season on the brink. If OU goes out there and wins tomorrow, I think they're legit a sneaky playoff team. If they go out there and they lose or they can barely win or, they don't even play well, I think we're just headed for like another 9-3 season, which with how easy our schedule is not good because we got a fucking cupcake schedule. Nick with a super chat. New rule. Editor must be alive to receive super chats sponsored by Not a Pour. There you go. Editor, no more dying live on the air. Nixon Cash, Mark, I think so. I'm too scared to not play him, and I've got to tell you, I've just seen so many times this year that the highest price guys, quarterbacks and cash just get there so frequently that I am not afraid to play cash. Nick's in my cash lineup. 10-person league with friends. Can you play a cash lineup? I would definitely play a cash lineup, Jack, because they're going to be playing dumb fucking plays because they don't know what they're doing most likely, right? So just play a nice, safe lineup, get good plays in there, and you will have a big edge that way. Good question, by the way. Tweezy from YouTube says, LOL, I agree. 100% Rasheen, I don't know about that, Mike. If he were like 4,500, I would say that, but he's not exactly, a free square at that price, right? Nakora, he's talking about Rasheen Ali, the running back from Marshall. All right, Dave McHenry, is this a slate for 3 running backs? Yeah, usually on full slates, Dave, I almost always like to have 3 running backs, right? I'm a 3 running back kind of guy. F the Aggies, am I right? Yes, fuck Texas A&M. That's just generally been. I hate them more than Texas, which makes no sense. And I hate Texas. Is there any better tool for DFS than the Stone? I think not. I mean, we put a lot of time and effort into it. We try to make it real good. Hey, there's Derek Phillips, the guy that freaking got us all free $10 tonight in Showdown. Thanks, you motherfather. All right. Although not the greatest game environment, if Stewart suits up, okay for cash, probably. But man, I'm just a little concerned that those other guys are getting more and more run, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure he's still the alpha, but man, I'll have to look. I think I would rather spend my money at running back and quarterback, though. That's kind of where I'm at, right? I kind of want to punt a little bit more, and 6,100 is not exactly a free square. You know what I'm saying, Derek? Do my Irish have a chance? I think so. I think so. I think Ohio State's gonna beat them, but I think Notre Dame. I give them a 30% chance. Derek says, "Smash the like." That's what I'm talking about. You're the best, Degen. Keep them live. It's a lot of work, man. If I were to recorded this at 6, my night would be so much more free. Happy I got to give you a like today and give the support. Appreciate you, Tweezy. All right, Dante Wright, 2 gross for cash. That one's close. I don't know. I probably a little too close, cute for cash, but he is too cute for cash. But if I'm going to play him, I'd rather just play like Emory Jones or something, who I think is the same price. Here's what I'd say about Dante Wright, Derek. Just play him in GPPs. I think he is due for a big breakout game. So you play him in GPPs. You don't play him in, great pass, dickhead. Virginia quarterback. I'm just going to throw this ball into the 3rd row. Okay. Yeah, just play him in GPPs. Hey, new guy, you must hate free money. You haven't hit the like button. A lot of those guys. I guess you're all right with Neal and Daniels together in a lineup? Probably, but, I mean, then you really need them to do well, right? You really need them to score some points. So you better think that they're going to score at least 5 touchdowns, right? That's a lot. So just be careful with that, Kenny. Your favorite game to shoot out tomorrow? I'm telling you, I got a sneaking suspicion that I mean, the obvious one is TCU and SMU, right? That's the obvious one. But I just have a weird feeling this Florida State-Clemson game is going to be much more high-scoring than people are thinking. Why are you so good at college DFS? I play it a lot, and I spend a lot of time at it, Mac. Pretty simple. Smash the damn like button. Will Colorado and Oregon be the highest owned game or too many expensive pieces? Yeah, too many expensive pieces. I think that probably cumulative ownership it will be, but it won't be a game that people will be stacking because you can't get 4 or 5 pieces from that game. At least 4 or 5 good pieces, right? It's just too damn expensive. So that would be my answer, Cody. Let's see. By the way, whoever suggested the $10 showdown, thank you. Yeah, that's Derek. He's the man. Let's get to 69 likes. I like where Mac's brain's at tonight. Let's see. Touchdown, Washington. All right. I'm pretty sure I got him in cash. I don't remember. I was hurrying to get my cash lineup. Get ready for this damn stream. Best cash game targets for tomorrow. Joanne, I know you got access to the Stone. Go look at the Stone. You know how to do it. But just be on the stream tomorrow at 10 a.m. and ask that question. I'll be a lot more nicer over there, Joanne. Thanks, Chris. Like Harden has won the giveaway. Harden won the giveaway. Let's go. He's like Harden. Hey, I'm like Harden. Fear the beard, you motherfather. All right, I'm excited about the games tomorrow. Okay to ramp down DFS contest tomorrow and just enjoy the slate? Absolutely, Big Driggs. If you're not feeling good about a slate or the contest, just watch college football and enjoy it. But to me, I'm going to watch the shit out of that OU game, and then other than that, I want to be sweating my lineups all day. That's what I love about college football DFS. I still get to watch my team I love, but then I also, whenever that game's over, I still got plenty of college football to enjoy. That's what I like, Broseph. All Big Ten lineup this week? I don't know about that. I don't know if I can get there with that one, bro. Especially, is there even a Big Ten team on this slate? I don't even see a Big Ten team on this slate. Grimmer Arnold going back for Daniels. Oh, man. I honestly, I can't choose between those guys. All right. Do we know if Rising or Nate Johnson for Utah tomorrow? I'm hearing Rising's probably going to play, but he could be on a pitch count. I'm not mad you wear a hat indoors, just mad at the choice of the hat. Is that okay? That is acceptable, as long as you acknowledge that I look real good in the hat. That's the key. All right. There we go. Is that Burks finally catching a pass? All right. Let's go, Purdue. Let's go. Let's just start passing it to Burks every play. Love the Stone. Good. I'm glad to hear you guys love it. Should Denver Broncos turncoat? Yeah, you want to get Caleb Williams. I hate Caleb Williams because he left me and my Sooners high and dry, but the dude is legit. I'm telling you, he's a generational quarterback. Okay, Baker Mayfield was not a generational quarterback. Kyler Murray was not a generational quarterback. Jalen Hurts was not a generational quarterback. Caleb Williams is a mother-father generational quarterback. The guy is unbelievable. And you guys don't even know how bad his offensive lines have been that he's done all this behind. Like USC's offensive line is hot garbage. Every SMU game has gone over so far this year. I'm telling you, Nick, if I'm playing GPPs, the first game I am stacking around is that one. And then the other one I think that isn't going to get enough love is this Alabama Ole Miss game. I would have a rule that every lineup must contain guys from that, right? So that's where I'm at. What's the balls to the wall GPP stack tomorrow that gets there? I'm telling you, I'll go Florida State. It's really, really expensive, but that's why nobody will play it, right? And another one I think you could go with is Preston Stone, Bailey, and Curley. I think that's another one that's much more affordable that nobody's going to play, right? Dominic Walton says, I know it's not college football DFS related, but how do you do big guys on Thursday night yesterday? So I believe I broke even. I believe my $100 didn't cash, but my $50 won like $150. My $15 won like $45. So I was in like 165, probably got back around, 140, 145, 190, something like that. I don't know. I can't remember the exact numbers. Where does jump around rank on the list of college football traditions? I mean, it's pretty cool. Top five for me. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's a little cheesy, but it's cool. All right, guys, it looks like we're done. Got up to 62 likes. I appreciate all of you that came by. There is a chance this is going to turn into a recording. Trip, last question, Wilson or Coleman? I mean, I think that let's go look real quick so I'm not talking out of my ass here. I would say Wilson is more high upside. Coleman is more safe. That would be my answer to that, okay? Do you prefer running quarterbacks versus pocket passers? In college, you always want to have running quarterbacks just because of the upside they offer you. Look at old Card. He's going to die out there. That guy's going to die. All right, guys, I think I'm going to go. I'm going to go sweat my lineups, eat some pizza. I'll talk to you later. Enjoy this outro, you motherfathers. We'll see you tomorrow for NFL. Hasta luego.